Hello there, I'm Thomas. The island of Sodor is a very special place, and a very busy one too. What adventures will we get up to today? Let's find out, shall we?
Today's story is all about Nia, the Kenyan tank engine, and it's called Nia and the Post Train. Every night, when all the engines have gone back to their sheds and everyone on Sodor has gone to sleep, there is still the sound of a puff 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 and the clatter of wheels rolling along the tracks. This is the sound of Percy and the Post Train. It is Percy's job to collect the post from every station and deliver it to places across the island. Normally, he does this job on his own. If there is too much post, Thomas will help out as well. He doesn't mind, as the pair has done this job together before. It's not often other engines are asked to pull the post train, but if it does happen, then it's very rare. One sunset evening, Percy was bringing in some heavy trucks from the wharf. He had had a long day and was feeling tired. He was just puffing round a bend when suddenly...
Whoa there, Percy!
The driver and fireman inspected Percy all over to see what was wrong. The trouble wasn't hard to find.
Oh, you've burst a steam pipe. You'll have to go to the steamworks to be repaired.
Oh no! No, I won't be able to pull the post train tonight!
I'm afraid so. You won't be pulling any more trains for a while.
While the fireman dealt with the fire, the driver went along the line to find a telephone. When the Fat Controller heard the news, he drove straight to Tidmouth Sheds. Just as he arrived, Nia was backing into the shed. She had just finished her work on the branch lines and was looking forward to a long rest.
Ah, that's better. Now I can rest my wheels.
Nia!
Oh, hello, sir.
Just before you do anything, I need you to do one more job for me.
Right now, sir?
Yes, Nia. I need you to take over the post train for tonight. Percy is broken down and he needs to be repaired.
Oh, this is... I'm not sure, sir.
I know this is last minute, but you're the only engine that's available right now. Could you please help me?
Well, I guess I could help, sir. It would be something new for me too, so...
Oh, thank you, Nia. I'll make the arrangements right away. You can collect your trucks from Bendham Station.
Yes, sir. Will do, sir.
Nia was now beginning to feel very excited. Then she closed her eyes and went to sleep. That evening, her new crew came to start her fire. When she had steam up, Nia puffed quietly out of the sheds. She was careful not to wake the others up. Soon she was puffing happily towards the harbour, where her post train was waiting. Nia couldn't wait to get started on her new job. Soon she arrived at Knapford harbour as the men were loading the mail boat. Nia backed onto the trucks and was coupled up. Whilst the trucks were being loaded, Nia topped up on her drink. Nia isn't like the other engines. Like Timothy, she is an oil-burning engine. She needs oil to make her steam, and this was something that made her different to the others. At last, the last truck door banged, and the guard blew his whistle.
Right, Nia, we're all ready. Let's go, please.
Yes, sir.
Soon Nia was on her way along the line with the post train. Nia looked up, and he saw the stars in the night sky. They looked beautiful.
Look at all those stars. There are so many of them. You could make pictures out of them.
Stay focused on the job, Nia. It's a big job and it holds a lot of responsibility. The stations will be relying on us to be on time.
Oh, sorry, sir.
They soon arrived at the first stop, which was Knapford Station. Nia stopped at the platform, and the station staff loaded the trucks with the mail sacks. As they waited, Nia was thinking about a new adventure she was going to be having that night.
This will be something new for me to do. Plus, I can learn about the post train as I trundle along.
You will definitely learn something about this job tonight. Just remember to be considerate towards others, please. No one else wants to be woken up at this time of night. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. I understand.
All ready.
Come on, Nia. We got a job to do.
The guard blew his whistle, and Nia set off at once. Nia was on her way with her first load. Then she approached Tidmouth Sheds and saw her friends were fast asleep. She remembered what her driver said about being considerate.
Sleep well, my friends. I shall see you tomorrow.
Nia continued her journey and was making good time. She made it to the next station and stopped to collect her next mail sacks. When the sacks were loaded, Nia set off once again.
We're making good time, Nia. We should make our next stop on time.
Sounds great, sir.
They reached Tidmouth Station and stopped at the platform. But as they pulled in, the Stationmaster came to see them.
You're going to have to wait a while. The line up ahead is blocked, so you won't be able to go anywhere.
What? But we have a post train to deliver. We cannot be late.
Can't be helped, Nia. As soon as Molly has cleared the tracks, you can go. But until then, you're not going anywhere.
Oh no.
Don't worry, Nia. Hopefully we won't be kept waiting for long.
Time passed, but still there was no word from up the line. Even when the mail sacks had been loaded, they were still kept waiting. Nia was beginning to think they were never going to get going.
Oh, this is going to be very bad. The Fat Controller is sure to be cross with me.
We shouldn't be long now. It shouldn't take this long to clear the line.
Then the telephone rang. The station master went to answer it. He was gone a while. When he returned, he had news for Nia.
I've just had a call from the signalman up the line. The track has been cleared. You can get going now.
Hooray! Hooray!
Shh! Consider it, remember?
Oops. Sorry.
The driver climbed back on board and they puffed out of the station. Nia raced up the line as fast as she could. She was determined to make up for lost time.
I must hurry. I must hurry.
The post trucks rattled and clattered along behind. The driver was trying to keep Nia steady.
Not so fast, Nia. Otherwise we might be the ones in need of help.
But Nia wasn't listening to this. She was too busy focusing on getting to the next station. When they arrived at Lower Sudbury Station, the station staff watched in surprise as Nia came to a quick stop.
Phew. Made it.
That was quite an entrance, Nia. You had better get your breath back.
But then, as the porters opened the truck's doors, The mail sacks flew out of the trucks. One sack burst open and the letters went all over the platform. Everyone was shocked about this. Nia heard the commotion and was puzzled.
What's happened?
Your racing around caused the mail sacks to bounce around. It will take us quite a while to clear up the mess. You need to be more careful.
I'm sorry, sir. I just wanted to make up for lost time.
I know, Nia, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Remember that, please.
Nia was now feeling worse than ever. Tonight was proving to be more challenging than adventurous. She was beginning to wonder if pulling the post train was a good idea after all. After a long time, the mess had been cleared up and the truck doors shut.
Come on, Nia. Let's try again.
Nia didn't say a word. She just puffed out of the station, blowing her whistle quietly. Nia puffed along the line, feeling more and more worried. She was wondering what everyone would say when they hear about her trip with the post train. The Fat Controller would be very cross, and Percy would not be impressed at all.
I trusted you with this job here. It seems you cannot be trusted with the post train.
I'll never let you pull the post train again. The train is best left in my care.
They reached Kelsthorpe Station, and the driver slowed Nia to a stop. Nia sighed as the porters went to work loading more mail sacks into the trucks. Then Nia looked on the platform and saw a man and a little girl sitting on a bench looking just as sad as she was. Nia was surprised.
Excuse me? Are you alright?
Not really. We're not having a good time at the moment.
Oh dear, what's wrong?
We missed our last train to Vicarstown. We're going to be very late getting back home.
I'm cold, Daddy.
Nia couldn't believe what she had heard. Suddenly, she had an idea.
Excuse me, sir. Could we help those poor passengers?
This is a post train, Nia, not a passenger train.
I know, but I have a brake van with me. Surely they could travel in that.
The driver, stationmaster, and the guard all spoke about Nia's idea. They were not sure at all. Then Nia spoke up.
We cannot leave them stuck here. We have to get to Vicarstown. That's the last stop.
The staff finally had to admit that Nia was right. The driver went to see the passengers.
We're going to Vicarstown Station. You can have a ride in the brake van.
Please, Daddy, can we? Please?
Thank you so much. Anything's better than sitting here.
The passengers climbed on board the brake van and the porter shut the van doors. Then the guard blew his whistle and Nia set off for Vicarstown. This time, Nia puffed steadily and carefully along the line. Her passengers were having a nice talk with the guard, and the guard spoke about the post train and how it worked. Nia was starting to feel better on her journey. She realized that even if they arrived late, she knew she was helping two passengers in need.
Helping stranded passengers is very important, and that is something I know I can do.
It was a long way to go, but Nia didn't mind. She could feel the wind blowing across her funnel, and also hear the sound of clickety-clack from her wheels. At last, Nia could see Vicarstown Station up ahead. She was delighted to have made it. She pulled into the platform and stopped by the Stationmaster.
I'm sorry we're late, sir. We had a few delays.
Not to worry, Nia. You're here now. That's the main thing.
Thank you ever so much, Nia. You're a hero.
You really are a kind engine, Nia. Thank you for your help.
It's the least I can do. Better than leaving you stranded.
We'll see you again soon. Come along, Brit. Let's get you home to bed.
Yes, Daddy. Bye, Nia.
Good evening, Nia.
Oh, hello, Hiro. I thought you were asleep like everyone else.
I'm taking the post train across the mainland. This is where I take over from you.
Really? Oh, that's kind of you, Hiro.
My pleasure. You go to the sheds and get some sleep.
Thank you, Hiro. Good night.
Good night, Nia.
Nia left the station and set off for the sheds. She reached the sheds and puffed quietly in so that she didn't wake Rosie up. Her driver put out her fire and then went home to bed. Then Nia closed her eyes and went happily to sleep. The next morning, Nia puffed back to Knapford Station. She agreed to take some bags with her on her way. She still felt a bit tired, but was worried about what the Fat Controller would say about the incident and the lateness. When Nia arrived, she could see the Fat Controller standing on the platform. She gulped as her driver brought her to a stop at the platform.
Hello, sir.
I need a word of you about yesterday.
You know, then?
Yes, indeed. I heard all about your incident with a mail sack. Puffing too fast and bouncing your mail sacks.
I was just trying to make up for lost time, sir. I got held up at Tidmouth Station because of a blockage up the line.
I know about that too. Whilst I know the delay wasn't your fault, you must be careful. You have a lot to learn about handling the post train.
I'm very sorry, sir.
Luckily, Hiro was able to carry on with the post train after you left. Plus, there's something else I need to speak to you about.
You're going to shut me in the shed, aren't you, sir?
Shut you in the shed? I would never do that. Especially after your heroic actions yesterday night. I had a phone call this morning from a passenger telling me how you helped him and his daughter get safely back home. That was very clever of you to carry them in your brake van.
I couldn't leave them there, sir. It was very cold.
Well, they have a message for you. His daughter has asked me to give you a message, which I've written down. Thank you for helping me and my father last night. You really came to our rescue when we were stuck at the station. I cannot thank you enough, and I hope I get to ride with you on your next train one day. Love, Brit.
Aw, that's so sweet and kind.
And let me say, well done, Nia, for using your initiative. Now, I think you could do with a rest after your adventure last night.
Yes, sir. If it's all the same with you, I'll be pulling the post train to Thomas and Percy.
Very wise decision. Oh, over that telephone. Off you go to your shed, please, Nia.
On my way, sir.
Nia left her trucks in the station and puffed back to the sheds. She was happy to have been working that night, but she decided that next time she would pull the post train, she would remember not to let her mail sacks jump out of the door.
Wow, what an adventure that was! Nia certainly had an adventure of her own that evening, but she learnt an important lesson about being careful on her travels. Even if you are late, there are times when there is nothing you can do about it. All you can do is try and make up for it later on. It's best not to worry about it too much. As long as you arrive safely, that's the most important thing. Just remember, it's better to be late than never be there at all. I hope you had fun with us today. I'll see you again for another adventure. Goodbye, my friends. See you soon.